Good afternoon. You're watching Reading, Writing, and Arithmetic on KWN TV, live and local. I am Josh Engel, principal at Davis Elementary School. And then once again, it is our turn this week to host the show. We got several things to talk about today, even got a couple special guests that will be joining me on the show here shortly. I want to start out today talking about the recent weather events, starting with yesterday morning. And then the events overnight into this morning. You know, yesterday morning, when we were at Davis letting kids out of the cars, all of a sudden it started sleeting. I don't think any of us were expecting that to happen. It kind of shocked us all. As soon as it was time for us to open the doors and let the kids in, there it came. But it quickly transitioned over to rain and melted away. And then last evening, it was really, particularly yesterday at car riders, when we were dismissing students yesterday, it was in the 30s, but yet it was there was lots of thunder and lightning in the area. So that was kind of interesting day yesterday in terms of the weather. And then this morning, Dr. Harris made the difficult decision early this morning to delay school for 2 hours. Anytime Dr. Harris makes that decision, she is in close contact with our local EMA director, Alex Case. So conversations started happening yesterday with Alex Case and the superintendent, and of course those conversations carried over to this morning. So with that delay, we were all kind of worried, curious as to how what our attendance would look like for today. I know there were a couple roads that were completely closed on Sand Mountain, particularly Worley Chapel. And anytime a road is closed and we have school and the buses can't travel, those students that are absent, it will not count against them. It will not be considered as an unexcused absence. We normally code those as administrative days because the student it's not the student's fault that the bus couldn't travel down the road. But overall at Davis today, we were at with the delay and with those road closures, we were at 93% attendance rate, and it was pretty much 93% across our district. So it was higher than we expected, even with the road closures and starting on a 2-hour delay. I will encourage you to stay tuned to the evening news, follow us on social media, and also our local news outlets here in Trenton and Chattanooga. Just as quick as as Dr. Harris makes a decision as inclement weather moves in, she is quick to get that notification out. So I encourage you to pay close attention to that. These next couple of days, I understand, could be tricky with the amount of rain left to come. So again, I encourage you to follow the school system, follow each one of the schools on social media, and of course here at KWN News Live and Local, and then also our media outlets out of Chattanooga. At Davis Elementary, we've had, it's been an exciting month. We ended January with a special day for parents. We had a breakfast for parents, had an excellent turnout at the Pastries for Parents. And then about a week later, we had another wonderful event sponsored by our PTO. It was the second annual father-daughter dance when all of the elementary kids dressed up in their evening gowns, and they were the princess for the evening, and they came with their fathers or grandfathers or uncles or some male role model in their life, came to dance the night away at Davis Elementary. Again, we had plenty of food, plenty of snacks. Another great event sponsored by our PTO officers and other parent volunteers. We even had, there was a large number of students who attend Dade Elementary that also came out to the Davis Elementary father-daughter dance. So we certainly want to thank them for their participation and their support. You know, it's all about giving those kids an evening away with their dads. And then last week we had our annual Valentine's Bash that is sponsored by Coach Bradford and Miss Wendy Fields. You know, the kids go into the gym for a solid hour, and we have parent volunteers that'll come and you know, paint faces, sell snacks, play music. Just let the kids run and play and have a good time for an hour, and the parents show up and help supervise. We also had some at both of the events, the father-daughter dance and the Valentine's Bash. You know, I had to thank the high school for their support, for providing the high school students, letting them earn their community service hours. We originally, for the father-daughter dance, we originally asked for 2, but I think we ended up having about 14 high school volunteers there. So the elementary kids loved having their picture made with the high school students, and had quite a few at the Valentine's Bash. About a dozen showed up to help volunteer in the gym, so that Coach Bradford and Miss Wendy Fields could have another successful event. As I said, we will have a couple of special guests today. We just recently finished up the Davis Elementary Optimist Club oratorical contest, and then yesterday all of the participants that won at the school level advanced on, and they presented their speeches yesterday at the high school. So I have both of the Davis Elementary winners. They will be joining me right after we take a quick commercial break.
Georgia Northwestern Technical College is now accepting applications for classes. We offer programs in business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 campus locations with financial aid options as well. Take day, evening, or online classes to get your degree, diploma, or certificate. Apply now. Drop by one of our campuses today or check us out at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Get focused. Get hired.
Looking around your home thinking it may be time for a new look? Let Comfort Gallery in Kimball help you make perfect choices for every room in your home. Living room, bedroom, dining room suites from all the major furniture manufacturers. If we don't have what you need in the store, browse our full-color interactive kiosk to find exactly what you need. And don't forget a new mattress set. After all, sleeping well makes everything better. At Comfort Gallery, we offer free delivery and setup, 1-year free layaway, and 6 and 12 months, same as cash. Comfort Gallery, 780 Main Street, 1 mile north of I-24, exit 152A in Kimball, Tennessee.
Come enjoy pizza for lunch or dinner in a family-friendly atmosphere at Stevie B's Pizza in Fort Payne. Enjoy the buffet and salad bar anytime, or have a specialty pizza made to order. At Stevie B's, take advantage of 2 Stamp Tuesday for adult and senior buffets, and Thirsty Thursdays when drinks are free after 4 p.m. Take out any medium pizza weekdays between 2 and 5 for just $4.49. And on the weekends, take out any 2 large pizzas just $14.99. Book your parties now by calling Stevie B's at 256-979-1234. Stevie B's Pizza, 2200 Galt Avenue North, Fort Payne.
When I first came down to Remax Property Center, the thing that stuck out to me was the fact that it's like a family atmosphere here. Everybody enjoys working with each other, and all of our clients that come through the door, we treat them like family. We've got agents that's been in the business since the 80s, so that's one thing that sets us apart is the fact that the experience that we have within our company. We have so much to offer. So we invite you to call, text, or send a carrier pigeon if you have to have our team work for you.
Team Remax, we're on your side.
Can you gig it? Oh, yes, you can. We know you've been waiting for a long time, and now Tennessee Valley Net is bringing it to you. Gigabit internet service now available in certain areas of Dade County. Not just fast, super fast internet service now available from Tennessee Valley Net. People are talking, I mean really smiling about gig speed internet available in limited areas from Tennessee Valley Net. Call today at 706-657-4367 or log on at tvn.net and see if gig speed is available where you are. We know you'll gig it from Tennessee Valley Net.
And we're back on KWN TV live and local. As I stated right before the break, I have a couple of guests with me today. They are a couple of Davis Elementary students. They are the students that did participate in the 5th grade oratorical contest, and they were the top 2 winners at Davis Elementary. And the first guest joining me today, he is a 5th grader, but I'm not going to tell his name. I'm going to allow him to do that. Give us your name. Tell us who you are and what grade you're in.
My name is Judah David Parham, and I am in 5th grade.
You're in 5th grade at Davis Elementary. And who are your teachers?
Miss Babu, Miss Gordy, and Miss Arnold.
And of those 3 teachers, who helped you prepare for this speech?
Miss Arnold.
Miss Arnold helped you prepare for this speech. Well, yesterday was a big day for you and the other participants. You got to go to Dade County High School and give your speech. And did you have any guests there to support you yesterday?
Yes, I had my dad, my mom, and my grandma.
Your dad?
And Miss Arnold.
And Miss Arnold. So your dad, your mom, your grandma, and Miss Arnold, they came to support you yesterday. And they sat right down on the front row, and I sat right in the back with Mr. Farney and watched all of you. And you all did a super job, and I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of the other participants for taking the time to not only say the speech, but organize your thoughts and get them onto your index cards to share the theme. What was the theme of the speech? What was the title?
Well, the title and the theme were both.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a fine line between optimism and reality?
All right, so the theme of the speech this year was, is there a fine line between optimism and reality? Well, we're going to hear Judah. We're going to hear what Judah has to say about is there a fine line between optimism and reality. So Judah, take it away.
Is there a fine line between optimism and reality? Also, should we be optimistic without reality, or should we be realistic without optimism? I know. The first answer that pops into mind is the one that parents have been teaching for ages, that we should always be optimistic, and they're usually right. You know, this reminds me of a time I was optimistic when it got tough for me. I was 9 and I was going on my very first cruise. I was so excited I could explode. But before we set sail, Hurricane Matthew had torn the Caribbeans to shreds. Our first activity on the list was water slides on the private island. But they weren't allowing anyone on or near the island at the time because of storm damage. The next activity on the list was scuba diving with my dad. But sadly, we had to cancel because there was a storm that day. The next activity on the list, I was sure would be a good one because I actually got to go this time. That next morning, I woke up to the sound of my parents saying, "Wake up, sleepyhead. We've arrived at the Bahamas. Get up!" Yep, I was going on a tour of the Bahamas. But when I got there, reality hit. All I could see were houses destroyed and families grieving over the loss of loved ones. My trip seemed pretty bad, but it was a neat experience. We can't escape reality, but we can use it to motivate us. In the future, I can remember this experience and maybe work and invent something to help stop natural disasters like Hurricane Matthew. But I will need to have optimism to help me do it over and over and over again. Every single time I mess up. Like Thomas Edison said after failing 2,000 times trying to make a light bulb. I didn't fail. I just found 2,000 ways not to make a light bulb. Optimism helps us change our reality for the better. But if we don't have enough realism, there'd be danger around every corner. To talk furthermore about reality, it helps us stay safe and make good decisions. The great Albert Einstein said, "Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a persistent one." What he said left me thinking for a pretty long time, but when I finally figured out the meaning, it made a lot of sense. What he said was that even if you don't want something to be real, it still is. For example, if you go jumping off a cliff expecting not to get hurt, that doesn't mean you aren't going to get hurt. Again, with what I said at the first time about reality, it helps us stay safe and make good decisions. That's why I think that maybe we need to use optimism and reality together. That brings me to my third and final point. In conclusion, optimism is an important part of life. It helps us stay positive when times get tough. That being said, reality is very important too. It helps us stay safe and make good decisions, which will probably positively affect us in the future. I like to think I'm on the middle of the line between optimism and reality, because I think my life is like a skateboard. If I have too much weight on the left side, I'll fall off, and if I have too much weight on the right side, I'll fall off again. Optimism represents the left side of the skateboard, and reality represents the right side of the skateboard. We all have to find balance to make our lives better.
Awesome job, Judah. High five, buddy. Great job. Again, I've heard this speech more than once, and every time I hear it, it gets better and better. So, excellent job. You are a leader, and sometimes you may not even know it, but you're a leader among your classmates. And so I'm proud of you for being optimistic and taking the time to write this speech and then get up in front of the crowd yesterday and say it, and then say it again today for the viewers out here in the local community. We've got one more speech to hear, but before we take a quick commercial break, is there anybody out there that you want to give a shout out to before we take a break?
Yes, I would like to give a shout out to Miss Arnold and my parents for encouraging me to keep on going throughout this speech, even when it looked like this is just a waste of time.
Awesome. Good job, man. All right, again, Judah Parham, 5th grade student at Davis Elementary. And when we come back, we'll have our second and final guest to deliver her speech.
A time-tested financial institution equipped with the latest banking technology. The Bank of Dade, with mobile banking to fit your on-the-go lifestyle. Download our latest app today for your iPhone, Android, or tablet to bank on the go. Check your balance, pay bills, make deposits, and keep track of your account anytime and anywhere with the Bank of Dade's smartphone app. Make life easier by using today's most advanced banking technology to your advantage. Call us at 657-6842 or visit on the web at bankofdade.com. Your hometown bank since 1956, the Bank of Dade. Main offices on Highway 11 North in Trenton, and drive-thrus on Highway 11 North and Highway 136 West. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Lafayette, your hometown dealer, is offering huge reductions this month only. Save over $10,000 on this 2018 GMC Sierra SLT 4x4. Save $6,000 off a new GMC Terrain SLT with leather and more. Experience the luxury of the 2019 Buick LaCrosse and save $9,000. Get 0% for 72 months plus $4,000 off a 2018 Buick Enclave. Use your GM card, earn rewards, and save even more. Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC, Lafayette.
When you or a loved one is facing a life-limiting illness, hospice care may be the answer. At Tapestry Hospice, the patient is the focus of our care. We are here to serve you and facilitate your wishes. Tapestry caregivers are concerned with managing your pain, keeping you in touch with your physician, and helping you make plans for the future. Hospice is life-affirming, and Tapestry Hospice can help you deal with all aspects of life, mind, body, and soul. Call Tapestry Hospice for more information. 706-383-8812. That's 706-383-8812. Tapestry Hospice. Redefining hope. When you need a licensed plumber, call Stacy Ledwell and the staff at Mr. Rooter in Scottsboro. Mr. Rooter provides your home or business with advanced solutions using high-tech equipment. Our commitment to customer satisfaction shines through in our personalized service. When you schedule an appointment, our professionals will dedicate time to explain the work that has to be done. Our staff will give you upfront pricing, so you'll know exactly what's involved before any work begins. We even pump septic tanks and do new construction on houses. Fully licensed, bonded, and insured, Mr. Rooter in Scottsboro. Call Stacy Ledwell today to set up an appointment at 256-574-4710. Have lunch or dinner at Guthrie's, home of the original Golden Fried Chicken Finger and the best chicken finger sauce in the world. Guthrie's can help you plan your family's meals or get-togethers with bucket specials every Tuesday, those delicious wings on Wednesday, and platters every day of the week. Plus, get sweet tea by the gallon. Remember, Guthrie's has a party room for small gatherings, too. Guthrie's, Highway 136 West in Trenton, home of those Golden Fried Chicken Fingers and the best chicken finger sauce in the world.
Guthrie's, not fast food, good food fast.
And we're back on KWN TV Live and Local. Again, we are joined by our second guest from Davis Elementary. I'm not going to tell the viewers what your name is. I'm going to let you share that information. So can you tell us who you are and what grade you're in?
My name is Haley Drells, and I'm a 5th grader from Davis Elementary.
Haley Drells, 5th grader from Dade Elementary. And just like Judah, who are your teachers this year?
I have Miss Arnold, Miss Gordy, and Miss Bible, just like Judah.
Exactly. So y'all all rotate among all three.
Yeah.
And you probably can guess this one because you'll have the same answer as Judah did. Who helped you with your speech?
Well, it's kind of different because for me, I was supported by all the. I wasn't gonna do it, but I was supported by all the teachers, and
really?
they told me to.
Okay.
They all helped.
But the person that was there critiquing you and telling you.
I've got to say Miss Arnold.
Yeah. So really and truly, all the teachers helped.
Yeah.
Both Judah and you. So you have a great system of support among Miss Bible and Miss Gordy and Miss Arnold. So we have to give them props. So yesterday, again, you were the winner for Davis Elementary. You and Judah both were the winner for Davis Elementary, and you went to the high school and you got to perform your speech in front of people that you probably have never seen before.
I didn't know most of them.
Yeah, and there's some that I didn't know. But was anybody there was anybody in your family there to provide support?
My mom was.
Yes, she was. I did see her sitting out there, and I just reminded her and Judah's mother both that today I would be bringing you to the TV show in the county car and letting you display your talent, just like you did the other week at the 4-H. So at this time, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let the viewers see or listen to your speech, and yours was the same topic as Judah's, and it was, is there a fine line between optimism and reality? So just like Judah gave us his opinion a while ago, we're going to let Haley tell us if there is a fine line between optimism and reality. So Haley, take it away.
Is there a fine line between optimism and reality? Well, in this world, there are many fine lines between different ideas. As an example, some people might look at a glass of water and think that it's half full, half empty, or some people, like myself, like to think that it's both half full and half empty. In this case, there is a fine line between these ideas, and the thing in between is how you think. This is not the only example of this, but it fits in with our subject. I always like to look on the optimistic side of life, but I'm realistic enough to know that life is a complex matter, is what Walt Disney said. And that might bring a question about this idea to mind. Is there a fine line between optimism and reality? Well, what is reality? It's actually in the name. Reality is a state of being real. We should already know what optimism is. It is the state of being positive about the outcome of a situation. Now that we know this, we can come back to our question. In most questions, including this one, everyone can have an opinion, but I personally feel like it depends on what you're optimistic about. I have had a lot of hard hits from reality, but that made me who I am today. I'm a realist, or a person that likes to look at the optimistic point of view, pessimistic point of view, and realistic point of view in a situation or problem. When thinking about this question, I thought of something I had experienced when I was younger. Someone who was in to mild optimism when I was younger, my great uncle. I looked up to him because of his optimism and hopes for life. But when I was around 7 or 8, he sadly passed. When he passed, a part of my old optimism had passed too. And when I heard that he would most likely not make it, I was stunned. I'd always been optimistic about him living a very long, healthy life. But when the reality came, I knew he wouldn't make it. In this instance, reality hit me hard, and I found that there was almost an endless line with optimism and reality on opposite sides. Another thing I thought of was a small goal I had back in first grade. I'd always thought I was awesome at spelling, but the reality was that I stank at spelling. So I wanted to improve my spelling. I'd always been optimistic about becoming the best at spelling. I accomplished my goal, and it became my reality. I was proud, even though I still couldn't spell that well, and I probably wasn't the best. But for my age, I was pretty good at it. When thinking about these, I thought about something, my optimism from when I was younger. I was always an optimistic child, and I can make the most out of almost anything. But I've changed a lot as I've gotten older. I've changed because of the bad things that happened in my life. I tried to hold on and grasp my optimism, but I feel like my hands might have slipped. I've always thought of life being kind of like a joke. The joke may start out good, and you might have the wrong punchline, and it's like everything crumbles and changes. There are still some things I'm optimistic about, and some of the things I have accomplished, like getting second place in a project for 4-H or getting to be in the Duke TIP program. I have a lot of plans for when I'm older, like working for NASA, so maybe one day I could go to space. But it takes about 3 years in school and then 1,000 hours of pilot and command time in jet aircraft. And then you add in 2 years of training just to go to space. That will take a long time, but I hope I'll make it. And I'm going to put in lots of effort. Though, in reality, life takes unexpected turns, and things don't always go the way we want them to. So, is there a fine line between optimism and reality? I think it depends on what you're optimistic about or what you want to do with your life. As David Meyer said, success requires enough optimism to provide hope and enough pessimism to prevent complacency. Thank you.
Excellent. Great job, Haley. And just like Judah, every time you deliver that speech, you do so much better and so much better. It's like, you've got it down. I'm sure you can say it in your sleep. So
I bet in 20 years from now, I'm going to be saying it when I'm just trying to talk to my friends.
There were 8 participants yesterday, and the 2 from Davis Elementary did excellent, but also the other 6 competitors from the other schools did excellent well. And I told you all yesterday, in my opinion, all of you are winners. So excellent job. All right, well, Haley, that brings us to the close of our show today on KWN TV Live and Local. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching.